Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all had a great Christmas weekend. Today I'm going to be breaking down the NHL DFS slate for Tuesday, December 27th. And we got ourselves an 11-game slate here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and some of my favorite value plays. And then we'll wrap up the video talking a little prize picks. With that being said, let's dive into my spreadsheet here. And we're going to kick things off here like we always do in the top left-hand corner with those highest implied game totals, where you can see 3 of these games are coming in with an implied total of 6.5 goals. 7 games are coming in at 6 goals even, and then this game between the Avalanche and Coyotes coming in at 5.5. And then take a look down here at the Vegas odds, where you can see each team who's favored to win tonight. With that being said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight, starting with that first line for the Pittsburgh Penguins. We got Crosby centering Gensel and Rakell. Now, I like what I've seen from these 3 all year long, but especially so here over the past month. Rakell is really finding his way on the right wing here with Sid and Gensel, and we know that these 2 here have been great together for years now. As a line, these 3 have combined for 15 goals, 17 assists, 32 points in their past 10 games, and it's a really strong correlated line stack as well, with all 3 of these guys currently playing on the #1 power play for Pittsburgh, which has been hot here as of late, scoring at a 41% rate over their past 5 games. And like I said, this line has really been good all year long. They actually rank 14th of 118 qualified lines this year in expected goals per 60 minutes. And then a cheaper line stack I like here tonight is that second line for the Carolina Hurricanes. We got Aho centering Teravainen and Jarvis. They got a great matchup at home here tonight against the Chicago Blackhawks, who have really struggled over the past month, allowing 4.25 goals per game with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 64% rate. We're going to see Aho play up on that #1 power play tonight, whereas Teravainen and Jarvis play down on the second power play, but those 3 do log big minutes together 5-on-5. Now folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm going to have hockey content coming out for you guys all year long. Alright, now diving into some of these individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. First guy I got there is Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks, who's been fantastic for them this year. 15 goals, 26 assists, 41 points in 31 games, averaging well over a point per game, and got a great matchup at home here tonight to expand on that versus the San Jose Sharks, who've allowed 3.57 goals per game this season, the 7th most in the NHL. Now, PD is currently playing down on the third line right now, but still playing up on the #1 power play and logging his normal 19-20 minutes per game. And like I said, he's been great all year long. That has not changed here over his past 10 games, where you can see he's racked up 5 goals, 11 assists, 16 points, while averaging around 3.5 shots on net per game. I then got Drake Batherson of the Ottawa Senators. Now, the Sens do have a tough matchup at home here tonight against the Boston Bruins, who in my opinion have been the best team in the NHL so far this year. They're getting great offensive play, great defensive play, and elite goaltending from Linus Ullmark. However, Drake Batherson has been very good himself as of late, having racked up 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points in his past 10 games, while averaging around 4 shots on net per game too. We're seeing him on that second line, which has played some great offensive hockey too. They're maybe not the best defensively, but we don't care about that on DraftKings. And you can see there he's been a threat on the power play as well, racking up 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points on the power play over his past 10 games. Next, I got Tomas Hertl there of the San Jose Sharks, who will be returning from suspension tonight after having to sit for 2 games after a little high stick incident on Elias Lindholm of the Calgary Flames. Hertl sitting at a nice price of $5,900 considering how he's played this year, 31 points in 31 games, and a good matchup here to expand on that versus the Vancouver Canucks. I think we could probably just target this game in general. Definitely has some shootout potential. Vancouver's another team that struggled defensively this year, allowing 3.88 goals per game, and they have the league's worst penalty kill, hitting at a 68.4% rate. Hertl plays on that first line in #1 power play, and you can see here he's racked up 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points in his past 10 games. We then got Artemi Panarin there of the New York Rangers, who's currently playing up on the first line in #1 power play. I really like the way that Panarin has been shooting the puck here as of late, particularly over his past 5 games. You can see there he's got at least 3 shots on net in those games, hitting 4+ and 4 of 5, and just putting up some decent points here as of late too. 3 goals, 12 assists, 15 points in his past 10, with 5 of those points coming on the power play. And then I got Matt Duchene there of the Nashville Predators, who continues to float around this price range of $4,800, and I think it's due to him being down on the third line right now. At least that would be my best guess, but he's still playing up on the number 1 power play, and I think he's slightly too cheap here, considering he's still playing his normal minutes around 18 minutes per game, and he is riding a 4-game goal streak right now. You can see there 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points in his past 10, but particularly like the way that he's played here over his past 4. Now moving over here to the defensemen, and there are quite a few top-tier defensemen on this slate, obviously, as there's 22 different teams playing tonight, but 2 guys that I would be willing to pay up for here tonight is Brent Burns and Rasmus Andersson, and really it's the same plan of attack here with both of these guys, stacking them up with forwards on the number 1 power play, because their opponents here tonight, Burns playing against Chicago, Andersson playing against Edmonton, neither one of those teams have been very good on the penalty kill this year. I talked about Chicago earlier when I was highlighting that second line, but if we look back on the season here, their penalty kills hit at just a 71% rate, 5th worst in the NHL. Andersson plays on the number 1 power play for the Flames, obviously. Edmonton, their penalty kill is hit at a 72.3% rate, 7th worst in the NHL. So again, that's where I'm stacking these guys up, with forwards on the number 1 power play. And then I got Devon Toews there of the Colorado Avalanche. I think this guy should be in the mid 5K range. I don't think he should be above that by any means, but this is someone who has all the opportunity in the world to not only get on the score sheet playing 5-on-5 with Cale Makar, getting time on the number 2 power play, but someone who can rack up DraftKings points in a number of different ways, capable of getting on the score sheet. He doesn't shoot the puck as much as I would like him to, but he's not afraid to block shots either, and he has a great matchup here tonight on the road against the Arizona Coyotes. And then I got a boatload of honorable mentions there in the notes off to the right-hand side. Let's see if I can go through each one of these guys here. Ben playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Pesce of the Carolina Hurricanes, Miramonov there of the Vegas Golden Knights, Benning of the San Jose Sharks, Ekman Larson of the Vancouver Canucks, Girard of the Colorado Avalanche, Romanov of the New York Islanders, Tanev of the Calgary Flames, Ferraro of the San Jose Sharks, and Van Riemsdyk of the Washington Capitals. And then I got a couple of goaltenders there for you, and I actually quite like the goalie options we have on this 11-game slate here tonight, but the 2 that I ended up highlighting were Shesterkin and Soros. Shesty has seemingly found his game here once again, along with this Rangers team in general, who are playing some really good hockey right now. Shesty is 7-2-1 here in his past 10 games, with a goals allowed average of 2.37 and a save percentage of .919, averaging around 15.5 DraftKings points per game. And then I got UC Soros, who I do believe is GPP tournament only for me, because he can be a bit boom and bust, but he does play much better at home, and they play the Dallas Stars at home here tonight. He's 7-4-3 at home this year with a goals allowed average of 2.53. Not the best numbers by any means, but if we look at his save percentage here at .924, that is very good, and he's averaging around 17 DraftKings points per game at home as well. And as always, going to wrap up the spreadsheet here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. First guy I got there is Dylan Dubé of the Calgary Flames, who's currently playing up on the first line in number 2 power play and really playing his best hockey of the season. He's racked up 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points here in his past 6 games. Next is Steven Nason of the Carolina Hurricanes, and I'm primarily targeting him on that number 1 power play, stacking him up with guys there because he does play down on the 4th line, but through 33 games he's racked up 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points, and of those 17 points, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 of them have come on the number 1 power play, and let's not forget Chicago has the 5th worst penalty kill in the NHL this year. And then I got Alex Iafallo there of the Los Angeles Kings, who's currently playing on the 2nd line in number 2 power play. He's been a bit banged up this year playing on the IR, so he only has played 14 games, but he has 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points in those 14 games, and logging around 16-17 minutes per night. And then to wrap up this video here, going to talk a little prize picks. As I record here this morning, they do not have the full set of picks out per usual. I got 4 that are sticking out to me here initially, but folks, I got to do my research still. You guys know the plan of attack. Once I do that, I'll let you know my final picks in a comment below on this video. I'll be sure to pin that comment as well, and don't forget, I am posting those in my Discord channel too, and if you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. But Panarin, Aho, Dobson, and Kaprizov, those do look pretty nice to me here initially, taking the over on their shots on goal props. But again, everyone, I'll give you my final picks at some point here this afternoon in a comment below and in my Discord channel. Now, for those of you who have not signed up yet but want to get in on this Prize Picks action, maybe you got some holiday cash that you're looking to spend, I got a promo code that you should definitely take advantage of when you're signing up for Prize Picks. When you do so, use my promo code GRIFF. GRIFF, and Prize Picks will give you all the way up to a $100 match deposit. Now, you do not have to put $100 in. You want to put in 50, they'll match 50. You want to put in $20, so they'll match that $20. They will match anything up to $100. Again, as long as you're using my promo code GRIFF, GRIFF, upon signing up. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 11-game slate. In the meantime, I'm out of here.